When I was 11 years old, Dad sat me down in front of the television and said, "Sarah, you must watch this show and you must like it." That show was Doctor Who, and that's when I like to say I started my PhD. Science fiction has always had an incredible ability to create speculative visions of the future. It allows us to imagine and shape what our culture could be. This is particularly true for writers who push science fiction to its feminist potential, creating worlds free from sexism. But despite that potential, one question kept popping up. Where am I? Where are all the fat women in the future? In Australia, over 60% of women are considered fat, and yet when we look to literary science fiction, we don't see any. Fat women either don't exist or wear negative and unhappy stereotypes. This has a profoundly damaging effect on all women. It restricts which bodies we see as normal and desirable and leads to worse physical and mental health outcomes. It even limits our imagination. As part of my research, I interviewed a diverse range of fat women, and I asked them, what does a positive fat future look like? They could have said an entire planet of happy fat women on rocket ships. But they didn't. Every woman said the same thing. A chair. A chair that I fit in. Nothing else. So how do we fix that? I turned to Jose Munez's theory of queer hope. Munez argues that queer people and people who exist outside the normal must not focus our activism solely on the present, but should instead dream and enact new and better futures. My creative practice PhD uses this idea to create another version of hope, fat hope. I conceptualized, drafted, and edited my very own collection of science fiction short stories centered on futures in which the fat body is a positive solution, joyous and revolutionary. I also created a framework so that other writers can better depict their fat characters and avoid harmful tropes. It's my way to contribute to science fiction, and it's my way to contribute to a more inclusive future, so that every kid who picks up a sci-fi book or turns on the latest episode of Doctor Who with Dad can see themselves represented and know that their body, their identity, is a beacon of hope. Thank you.